Hi, and welcome to the Ladies' Room. I'm Judy McDowell, and today it is my great pleasure to have with me my friend, Rowaida Plumeri, who is the co-owner of Race Lane Restaurant in East Hampton. And if you haven't been there, go. It is so delicious.
Thank you.
And you guys are doing such a great job. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
So Rowaida, that's such an unusual name. How did your parents come up with that name?
Well, my parents are actually Lebanese. I'm a first-generation Australian. They migrated to Australia in the mid-'60s, and which is where I was born. And so.
And how long did you live in Australia before you came here?
I lived there my whole life until 27 years old, and then I moved to Europe. I thought it was time to spread my wings, or stretch my wings. Yeah.
So now, did you travel around Europe, or did you go to one place?
I did travel, but then I planted my roots down in Amsterdam. I lived there actually for 6 years.
It's so much fun, Amsterdam.
Oh my goodness, yes, it was a wonderful time. Really, a very special place to live.
It's so free. I don't know why the United States doesn't kind of get it together to like free up a lot of stuff, make stuff legal, and just care for the people that get in trouble and not throw the people that have a joint in their pocket in jail.
I know.
It's crazy. I mean, everything's been legal in Amsterdam forever, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, actually, it's been decriminalized.
Yeah.
That thing that you just mentioned. Yeah. That's been decriminalized. So frankly, they can earn tax money on it.
Sure. Well, that's, I think, what our government's trying to figure out.
Yeah, exactly.
How to make money on it. And probably it's hard to control the THC levels, you know, because it's such an odd thing that we're going to be smoking test tube pot.
Well, it's funny, though, because when something is so readily available, you're not so desperate to get it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It becomes very relaxed.
Right, so, and all the crime stops because, you know, you can get it anywhere.
Absolutely.
But
it's true.
I think they make more money busting people and confiscating all their boats and cars and houses and money.
I think you're right.
And then the police sell it all, and you know, it's just more corruption. So corruption on top of corruption.
That's what happens.
Well, and so you lived in Amsterdam for 6 years, and what did you do there?
I was actually in the fashion business. I was working for a very special store. It was like I suppose you'd best compare it to a Barney's. And I was the buyer. I became the buyer for the store. So I was, you know, quite young and traveling to London and Paris and Rome and Milan and a lot of interesting and exciting places to buy collections for this store.
And did you go to all the fashion shows?
I
and
did.
The fashion weeks?
I did. I had my own little spot in the world, you know.
So now you got into fashion in Amsterdam. Were you in fashion also in Australia?
Yes, I actually worked for an Australian fashion designer at the time, which was sort of my entry point into the world, and assisted her really with design and also the retail. I helped to open stores, so that was a great learning experience. And then from there, I was able to
parlay that into more fashion in Amsterdam.
Into high
Did you study fashion in school?
I really didn't. That wasn't really anything I thought I would stay in. I thought it would be just something I would do that for fun almost. Like it wasn't really anything that I thought you know, I could make a life of. But when I moved to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam, I realized that there was a great opportunity here, and it was something that I loved and that I had a knack for. Like I really understood what would retail at a high designer level.
One of my best friends is Dutch. I met him when I went to school at FIT in the 60s, and he's got 3 stores there, and he wants to retire now. He's in his later 60s. He's a year younger than me. And he gave the stores to his son, who's not doing a good job.
Oh, my goodness.
So if you have any friends still in Amsterdam...
I do.
He needs help. He's like, Marlon is like decimating the stores. And Peter has a house in Bali. You know, a lot of Dutch people are in Indonesia.
Yes.
And he just wants to be in Bali.
Yeah, I don't...
He's 67 and has a 24-year-old Balinese girlfriend. And
oh, my goodness.
He has to keep going back to Amsterdam to bail his son out. It's just a very funny situation. Not funny for him, but, you know.
Yeah, maybe it's time to sell out and just move to Bali and stay there. Yeah.
Maybe he owns buildings in Amsterdam and everything. His parents fled Berlin in the war to Holland, and his father owned a dress manufacturing company. His mother was a fashion designer.
Wow.
So they sent him to the States to FIT to learn the business.
Oh, God.
And he's quite the guy. So now you married. So how did you meet Jay, your adorable husband?
He had a restaurant downtown in Manhattan. I was living in New York at the time. Well, we just left New York. He had a restaurant in Tribeca.
What was the name of the restaurant?
It was Plumeri, his family name. And I had just moved down there after 9/11. I had committed to an apartment down there, and this was a new restaurant that had opened or was trying to open. Yeah, Jay had
2001?
it was a very horrible time for him. Well, for everybody, not just for him. Yeah, for everybody.
And the smell.
So sad. And do you remember, Judy, there was this whole push to revive downtown after those towers went down, and downtown was devastated. There was this big push to let's just revive it. Let's everyone go down there, everyone shop down there. So my friends and I decided that was what we were going to do. We were going to eat downtown. We were going to try to eat at all those restaurants that had been suffering, and Jay had just opened his restaurant. So we went there for dinner, and we met.
He's
and the rest is history. Yes,
yeah, you both are. One of the things I love about Race Lane is that you and Jay are there, and you're just so warm and welcoming, and I don't know, it just has such a good feeling about it. And of course, your chef is adorable.
Yes, he's
going to be on next week. Yes. I look forward to that. Is he 26?
Yes.
And he's from Nepal.
Yes.
And he's just so, you can see the kindness and he's
a wonderful
adorable.
person. Yeah.
And the food is delicious.
Yeah. We're lucky because he's a part of our family now. So it's more than just a chef.
There's a $30 price fix right now, you guys, during the winter. I'm sure in the summer it goes away. But there's so many choices, and the appetizers and scallops and foie gras.
I know. It's
oh, my God.
Yeah, I know.
At American Hotel, I think foie gras is like $28 an appetizer.
Yes.
So you can get on a $30 price fix, you get any kind of appetizer and anything on the main, the entrees, except for filet mignon and strip steak have a $10 extra charge.
Yeah, there's a couple of items with a $10 upcharge, but yes.
Yeah, but
otherwise there's plenty of choices.
A few times, short ribs.
Yeah, it's good.
Delicious.
It's a good opportunity
great desserts.
for many people to try the restaurant.
Winter
also.
is the time for the local people to go out for the price fix because the economy's been so bad now for 7 years. It's really hard.
It's been a bit tricky. Yeah, I think also in the summer we'll find a way to do something for our neighbours and for our community. We'll do something. Certainly, we're not. So.
And you have Mama Lee and friends on Sundays.
On Sunday,
now.
they're terrific, and they play on Sundays from 5 to 7, and they're wonderful. They're a really lovely group of people too.
Lovely.
Yeah. And we do our best to surround ourselves not just with talented people, but people that are really good.
You're making a lot of really nice friends.
We're lucky. Well, that's how we met you. So,
so what made you come out to East Hampton? How long did Jay have the restaurant in the city?
He had a few restaurants in the city, actually. Well, we still have him. We have a son, Jackson, who's now 6.
Oh, you decided to keep him?
We decided to keep him, and we thought maybe a change would be good. Change would be good. Jay has always loved this area, and used to spend his summers out here with one of his very dear friends that still lives out here, Scott. And so we came to visit Scott one day, and we took a drive, and we understood that the original laundry building, which is the place that Jay had always been a great fan of, there was a chance it could go on the market. So we approached the current owner at the time, and sure enough, he was prepared to sell it, and so we went for it.
Now, did you just buy the business, or did you buy the building?
No, we bought just the business.
Yeah.
The building is still owned by the original.
Still owns the building.
Still owns the building.
Yeah.
So,
boy, you really transformed it.
Thank you.
Because we think of it when it was the laundry, it was all brick and
it was very special then. I mean, it's
very special. That was the go-to place for so many years.
Yes, we know. Wonderful history, amazing place.
My husband's wedding proposal there on Valentine's Day in 1981.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you did that.
In the laundry.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah. So, and then it was a lodge, and it was all painted gray and everything, and it was comfort food, you know, and it was a go-to place, and it's still a go-to place, but the food is more gourmet now, and really,
thank you,
really
yeah,
delicious.
Thank you. We try.
Yeah. But you've covered the brick.
Well, we wanted to make it Race Lane. We wanted to make it.
Why that name? Oh, because
just
the
because
street.
of the street, really,
Yeah.
and because it'd been a very famous landmark, because it'd been the laundry for so many years, I think 25 or so years. Yeah. Well, you know, what name could we have given it, really? So we thought, it's such a tiny little street.
Yeah, it's a great
Let's
name.
magnify at least the name of the street.
And then the
have
logo with the bunny, with the rabbit.
Well,
racing.
Blumenfeld and Fleming designed that logo for us. We wanted something that was very Hamptons, and there are millions of bunnies, gorgeous bunnies, all over our yard at least.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
In the spring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hence the bunny jumping over the A.
Last night, Katie Couric had, like, I don't know, something on the Oscars, and they had little clips from famous Oscar thank you speeches. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
And they had Cuba Gooding, and they showed the clip of him saying, "Show me the money."
Yes.
And that year when we went to the Dominican Republic, we were there for Easter.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know why I do really silly stuff sometimes, I thought it was really funny to say, "Show me the bunny." And we'd be driving along in the Dominican Republic, and there'd be little children on the side of the street, and I'd be saying, "Show me the bunny." And Jennifer would be like, "Mom." Jennifer was like 5 years old. "Mom, please, show me the bunny." Oh. But anyway, I like that bunny on your logo.
Yeah, we like it too. So we can show you the bunny. There's lots of bunnies.
Are you going to ever have bunny on your menu?
We'll have to talk to Chef Nemish about that.
My husband actually likes to eat rabbit. I would never eat a rabbit, but then I don't eat venison either.
Right.
It's just something.
Yeah.
Something. So now, have you moved the children out to the East? Have you guys moved completely to the East End?
Yes, we live out here pretty much full time, and Jackson's at school.
Which school?
He's at the Ross School. He's very happy here. So it's been, look, it's a wonderful life.
Yeah. It starts at 6, the Ross School?
It's the lower school. There is a lower school and an upper school.
Oh,
so the
first
lower school
grade?
actually starts, there's actually a TIS program. There's a nursery program there too.
Okay,
so
they've really expanded on both ends.
Yeah, which is
because I
a wonderful
think
place.
it started when Courtney Ross's child was in 3rd grade, so it started at the 3rd and went up.
I believe that's the story,
Obviously it's gone
They've
bigger
expanded.
and better.
Yeah, no, it is, but it's a
quite
wonderful
a campus
place.
there.
It is a wonderful campus.
And
it's
now there's a
program.
whole street that goes back, and is that where the tennis courts are and the fields and everything?
Yes, correct.
Boy,
it's quite a campus. It's a legitimate
How
campus.
many acres does she own there?
Oh my goodness, I don't know, but there's quite a few.
It's got to be like more than 50. It's big.
I would say about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly looks that way.
And how do the kids like living out here?
So happy. So happy. It's a beautiful life.
Your daughter's name is Rowaida Rose.
Yes.
That's such a cool name. How did she
15 months.
wind up with that name?
For a while there, I think we both thought we were having a boy. And then, I don't know, maybe Jay was secretly hoping we're having another boy. I'm not sure.
Oh,
so we came up with the name.
He loves his little daughter.
He adores her. He adores her. And then when we found out we were having a girl, we thought, well, let's keep the name Ryder, but we'll give it a girly middle name. Ryder Rose.
Plumeri. It's a pretty name.
Yeah, we're blessed to have her.
Little girls and their daddies. I mean, he must just be in heaven with. She must be so adorable.
Oh my goodness, they're all mad. 15 months. It goes quickly.
And it goes so fast.
It goes quickly, really.
Do you still go back and forth to the city?
Yes. We kept our apartment. It's nice to go back and see old friends. We were there for 18 years. At least I was. Jay also about 18 years. And and Jay's father lives there, so the kids get to see the grandfather, and we get to go to the theatre and do some things, it's nice to keep that balance.
How often do you get back to Australia to see your family?
I try every year. Obviously, while I was pregnant, I couldn't do that long haul, but every year would be preferable. My father's a little bit older, so we want to keep seeing him, and he can't travel really as well as he could have years ago. So we'll try and do it every year.
What
if we
area
can.
of Australia are you from?
From Melbourne, Melbourne, Victoria. Yeah, it's a very civilized city, very civilized city. Not as fast as Sydney, a little more civilized, but great restaurants and a beautiful standard of living and beautiful weather. 4 seasons.
4 seasons?
4 seasons.
It was when Oprah did that whole thing on Australia. It looked so fabulous. It looked very orange all the time.
Yeah, it was bright, sunny days.
Yeah.
I think she did most of the filming from Sydney, from what I remember. Yeah, where it's always so warm.
And they went out to some pretty interesting places. I didn't see the whole thing, but there was one place she went to. Was it like a huge plateau or something?
Ayers Rock?
Maybe.
Did she go to Central Australia?
I think so.
Where it is very orange, actually.
Yeah,
when the sun
seemed
sets.
to me it was very
when the
orange.
sun rises.
Everything.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the ozone layer there now?
Well, it's still an issue, but they've really taken great measures to, I guess, reduce that or to stop that hole from getting bigger. So, I mean, they've been very conscious of the environment forever, since I was a child.
God, now if we could just get China and the third world countries conscious of the environment.
I know.
It's so important.
Yeah. So it hasn't gone. It doesn't go away, but I think they've prevented it from getting bigger just from measures they take.
Good. So now Melbourne, is it near a beach or is it inland or I don't know?
No, there are a lot of beaches on the coast, terrific beaches. And
do people have to wear like 150 sunscreen?
Yes, you do.
Really?
Yes, and school uniform. It's compulsory for kids to wear hats during the day at school because the sun is so strong. It beats down when they're playing in the playground during recess. So that's part of a typical school uniform now, is that they have to wear a hat. And I mean, SPF is just a way of life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just wonder about SPF, the chemicals and stuff, how good it is for your skin.
I know. I wonder about that stuff too. You can get some products these days that are...
well, at the health food store and stuff. But I remember 60 Minutes did like kind of an expose on sunscreens, I don't know, like 15 years ago, and they said that really beyond 15, it doesn't really make that much difference, so it's better to just reapply the 15.
It depends on how quickly you burn in the sun.
Yeah,
so if it takes you 5 minutes to burn because you're very fair skinned, then 15 times 5 minutes would be your maximum, in a way.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I love the sun, but I don't go into it till later in the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So, are you guys thinking about like expanding out here or getting a second restaurant?
Yeah, certainly.
It's
on the cards. It's hard to give you a time frame at this point, but we definitely want to expand. I think Jay's very ambitious. And a second restaurant, and even a third. I mean, it'd be nice to have a slew. Yeah, and keep them in the family. And grow. Sure.
Cool.
Why not? But it would be an obvious. This would be an obvious place to have a second restaurant or another point of to sell.
And are you
great
thinking
food.
in towns like right next door to each other, or
maybe
Hampton Bays,
one.
or Montauk?
We're open. We're open. We are open. It's really up to. It's about where you find. It's about the real estate, really, isn't it? In many ways. Your lease is everything.
But also, when the owner isn't on the premises all the time, the staff parties. It's difficult. You have to find really good managers.
Really good managers, which is why you want to be close by.
Yeah.
You want to be able to reach your businesses. Within it. So one of the hamlets would be a logical second place. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted.
So now when you guys brainstorm about another restaurant, would you kind of do the same menu and stuff that you have at Race Lane, or do a different format or a different idea?
I think Jay would probably consider doing a different format. I think that so it's not the same. And keep Race Lane as the flagship where we can do special food or more gourmet food, as you put it before. But we have some ideas. We're not sure yet. We haven't really sort of firmed anything up.
Were the restaurants in the city Italian food?
Plumeri was essentially Italian. That was it was amazing food.
I love Italian.
I love handmade
it's my
pasta.
Favorite.
Yeah. And
the
then
bolognese at Race Lane is really good.
It is
really looks quite different from, usually you get
something typical.
Pasta with sauce plopped on top, and this is the sauce around kind of an underneath.
Yeah, this is very traditional, actually.
It's really delicious.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
is good.
3 different kinds of meat in it, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah, and it simmers all day, which is what makes it so
Yummy,
flavorful.
yummy.
Yeah, it is good. So yeah, I think there's, exciting future ahead.
Yeah,
in
it'd be
this
fun
business.
to have like an islandy place. It's a shame that this whole coastline in East Hampton is where there aren't any restaurants on the beach.
No.
And either in Southampton or Bridgehampton, there's no restaurants on the ocean.
No,
That's so
I know.
bizarre, isn't
But
it?
it's kind of what makes it special too.
Well, yeah, but
in
I
a
mean,
way.
a restaurant takes up this much space, and we've got like 32 miles of beach.
Yes.
But to have like a restaurant on a canal or in Sag Harbor on the water and do kind of an islandy
That would be great.
thing.
Yes. So if
Like-
anything comes available, if anyone's watching, if there's anything comes available, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. What do you think's special about Race Lane? What's your favorite thing about the business, and what?
Yeah. The very first thing that drew Jay to that space was the fireplace.
Oh,
I mean, so of course the food is wonderful and the staff are terrific, and the chef obviously is super talented. But that fireplace,
Yeah,
it kind
it's
of
so
draws you
cozy.
in, don't you think? It,
Yes,
kind
it
of, it
does.
sort of anchors the room.
Yep.
And it draws you in. And
Yeah.
even if you wanted to just go there and have a glass of wine, it's great for that.
And you can sit there and play backgammon in the afternoons.
You could do
or-
that.
Yeah.
You could do that. It's a very, we actually blew that fireplace out and made it bigger.
Oh, you did? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Yeah, a little bit
It
bigger.
did look different to me.
Yeah,
but
bigger,
I didn't
so that
realize
there's more
what it
heat.
was.
Comes out of
Huh.
it, but it's a big, beautiful fireplace. And even if as you're driving up on some days, you can smell the smoke coming from the chimney. It's nice. It's very
Yeah.
inviting.
Yeah,
me.
it's
So-
very. The interior is very pretty. Is it rice paper on the walls?
That's actually a very special wallpaper from it's called Madagascar, and it's sort of like a woven sea cloth, for lack of a better
cloth,
description.
yeah.
So it's really very natural.
Yeah, it's
and
summery
beautiful.
and yet it's warm.
Yeah.
So in the summer it feels very open and airy,
Yes.
and in the winter it feels very
Becomes very
cozy
warm.
and yeah.
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 And the garden is the other thing. That's my second favorite thing.
The garden.
Yeah, because those trees, we planted those 11 trees around the perimeter of that courtyard. And well, you can't see it now, but they fill in. They're completely green and lush in the spring, summer. So you can sit out, really, it's a legitimate garden. And that bar outside, that's a legitimate licensed bar. So you can
Yeah.
have a
Sit
cocktail
out
out there if you want to in the summer, or have dinner out there. It's lovely.
Do you do a raw bar in the summer out there?
We will this summer. Yeah, that's on the cards. We're going to make that a raw bar. So
People in the summer coming from the beach,
How fun,
they
right?
love to have either beer or champagne
Yes.
and clams and oysters and
we're doing it.
cold lobster and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're
they
very
like
excited about
They
that.
like
It's in
that.
outdoors. Yeah.
And what about a lobster bake?
Maybe.
Like Tuesday night lobster bake?
Maybe. Well, that's a question for Chef
Yeah.
Nemish. Yes, I think all those things are fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
it's pretty simple food too. Actually, it's not-
And delicious. Sometimes
he
the
doesn't have to
simplest
simmer
food.
sauce all day for the boiled lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like to eat lobster in the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yum. Yum. So, well, this is exciting. So you're loving being in the Hamptons.
Yeah. It's where we feel actually very blessed to be here. Yeah, and to have the best of both worlds.
And Ryder Rose, is she going to start going to some kind of little day school or something?
Yeah, we'll
Well,
wait.
she's
she'll
15
turn-
months.
She will wait till she
I was
turns
just thinking
2.
She was 2 and a
yeah,
half.
so
She's 15 months.
15 months will certainly
So
get her
you're a
into a
full-time
program.
mom. So who's with Jay's home with Ryder with the kids
He
today?
is right now. Yes, he's a very hands-on dad. So I'm very lucky. And we sort of do everything together. We run the business together, and we look after the kids together. And then we have a little help, of course, in evenings. When we're both there. But it's good.
It's good.
It's good. Life
Life
is
is
good.
good.
Life is
Life
beautiful
is
out here.
good.
We
Yeah.
feel very blessed.
So
It's a beautiful life.
we do have an artist dinner occasionally at Race Lane.
Yes.
And it's the $30 price fixed, which normally, well, during the week, it's every night, except, not on weekends. It ends at 5:30 on
It
Fridays.
ends at 6:30
on Fridays.
Yes, correct. And then and
And
then
then not Saturdays. but
Correct.
Then Sunday through. And are you closed Monday and Tuesday?
Monday and Tuesday we're closed.
Right. So when we do the artist dinner, we get the price fixed. Well, we've been doing it on Friday nights, but when it gets busier, we'll have to go to Thursday nights. But it's $30, and we get half-price drinks. So that seems to be the fairest way to do it because some people don't drink and some people do.
Yes.
But separate checks for everyone. So you don't, there's not like a giant bill at the end of the night for 32 people.
Right.
So why?
Right.
I didn't have a drink. Why am I paying
Right.
$60? So separate checks for everyone, and everyone is welcome to come. It's artists and friends. So you can call the restaurant and find out when the next one is. You don't need to be an artist to come. It's always interesting conversation. And you have been a lovely and wonderful guest.
Thank you.
Thank you
It's been
so
wonderful
much
to
for
be with you
joining
today.
us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we hope to see you next week when the adorable chef Nimesh will be with us, teaching us to cook something delicious, I'm sure.
Yes.
And remember, I forgot the closing of my show. The ladies' room. Ladies, give yourself lots of room. Room for love, room for fun, room to glow, and room to grow.
Yes.
And room to glow.
Lovely.
I haven't said that in quite a few weeks.
And room to get out with your friends and have a drink.
And room to get out with your friends and have a drink and have a wonderful dinner at Race Lane.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Pleasure to be with you.
So we're still actually on camera until...
Now I took